Hey everybody, welcome back to Weekly Good Sports. This is Power Play, and we're joined as always by Chris Uminski. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Brian. How are you doing?
Doing quite well. Excited to talk a little bit Bruins here today. I guess first thing on the agenda would be we had some controversy around uh, the team. Do you want to delve into that a little bit?
Yeah, so let's just rip the Band-Aid off and get it over with. We are very blessed here in this area to have Nesson for the Red Sox and for the Bruins. And the Nesson Bruins broadcasting team is Jack Edwards and Dandy Brickley. Jack Edwards is a very, I think controversial is a good way to put it. In the hockey world, he's not very popular outside of Boston. And he's known for saying some things during broadcasts that others might call stupid, others might call I don't know, I guess stupid is
In
good.
bad taste. um,
Yeah.
what's an example of a past thing like this?
Well, I guess the thing that people get on him for the most is he's a homer. So
Mm-hmm.
he might say something like he'll be rooting for the Bruins and he'll say something disparaging about another player,
Mm-hmm.
or like, oh, like you're good, oh, like you're gonna get killed for that, or something like
Yeah,
that.
right. So, I mean, I'm a bit of a homer too, so I get it. But my platform's a little smaller than his is. So, if I did say anything homerish, it wouldn't be too bad. But he said some rude stuff the other day. Do you want to break that down for us?
Yeah. So during the Lightning game, um, he made some comments about Pat Maroon's weight,
Mm-hmm.
which, for a little bit of context, Pat Maroon's nickname is Fat Pat.
Okay. Hey, as a fellow fat guy, I respect that. I'm not a pro athlete though, so.
He made some comments about his weight. I don't have it right in front of me, but it was something like it's based something about how he can't stop eating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And obviously that wasn't taken well, especially in the current culture we're in, where body shaming not in. Much you wouldn't guess it from the YouTube comment section of some of the videos I've made, but most of the time body shaming not in. Um, so what was the backlash to this?
The backlash was exactly that. They're like, dude, you're body shaming him.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you? Everyone, even some people in Boston sports media, where we're getting after him. I
Mm-hmm.
personally don't think he should have said what he said,
Sure,
but I
yeah, it was
also don't.
mean. Yeah.
But I also don't think it rises to like the level of some people were calling it bullying. I don't know if
Okay.
I would say it rose quite to
Mm-hmm.
that,
Mm-hmm.
but it was still definitely probably in bad taste.
Mm-hmm. Just not something you want
Yeah,
to see, someone's. It's just unnecessary. It doesn't add anything to the commentary of the game, right?
yeah, and I think that's another thing that people like have a problem with Jack Edwards, that they just don't like the way that he commented, that he calls the game.
Right.
Um, and Yeah, and so Pat Maroon came out and said like, "Oh yeah, like it wasn't right." He raised a lot of money for an anti-bullying charity.
Mm-hmm. Off the
And
back of this.
yeah, off the back of this, and like put the donations were all in Jack Edwards' name.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Edwards put out a statement too, apologizing. Um, and so I'm hoping that we can just put this behind us.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully he learned his lesson of like, you don't need to say it. It's not a necessary part for what he's doing.
Yeah.
So, respect to Pat. Obviously, sucks that it happened, but I'm glad that he was able to kind of spin it into a positive. So that's always good.
Yes.
All right, so now more hockey talk. Want to talk about the last couple of games. The Bruins won big over the Avalanche, the defending champs. What'd you see in that one?
Oh man. So both of these games were really fun and entertaining games to watch. Yeah, we played Colorado the other night, defending Stanley Cup champions, blew them out
Hmm.
at home, 5-1, I believe was the final score. And just all around a game like that against a team like that, like that's a statement.
Yeah.
We were making a statement to the league that night. Like we
Hmm.
are here, we're not going away, and we don't care who we're taking down with us.
Hmm. And like you said, it was at home. Really good vibes in the Garden these days, just for both the Celtics and Bruins. It's truly a home field advantage.
Yes, yes, it is. And it's been really cool to like watch that run.
Definitely. For both teams. All right, so not as good, not as fun. We lost last night. What'd you see in that one?
Yeah, so that one last night, I hate that last night had to be the game that we lost
Mm-hmm.
because the big story going into last night's game versus Vegas was Bruce Cassidy's back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so obviously former coach went to Vegas. They've really turned it around this season. Well, I mean, okay, so they had a bad season last year. The season before they were good. The season before that they were in the Stanley Cup. So they had one bad year. So
Yeah.
it's not like, oh man, he's turned this culture of losing around. They're back to being a good team. But yeah, a revenge game for him for sure.
Yeah, and it was hard fought all the way through. The first couple of periods looked really rough
Mm-hmm.
though for the Bruins. The end of the second period, we were down 3-1, but we came back and got it all the way to a shootout, and that is where former Boston Bruin Riley Smith,
Mm-hmm.
who was expansion drafted to the Golden Knights
Yeah.
from Boston, scored the winning goal
So revenge for
um,
him
in
as well.
in the shootout. Yeah, so that was a little bit tough to watch, and now the home run, that winning streak is over.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still like it's incredible how long we got that streak to last. I think
Yeah.
something like 14 games, something like that.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, just it's over. But you know what? That's fine. They'll come back. They'll hopefully win the next one, and we got a new streak going. It's always fun to have the streaks, but streaks are made to be broken, right?
Yeah, I mean, you knew it was gonna happen sometime. I just
Mm.
didn't want it. I didn't want it to be last night.
Not to the Golden Knights for sure.
That was a little funny moment, at least that I saw. Um, and like you see the shots of Cassidy, and their fans behind the glass, banging on the
Of
glass
course,
behind
yeah.
him. Bruce Cassidy.
Can't
Uh.
imagine what they were saying. I'm sure all nice things. Being very pleasant, just being like, "We miss you so much.
Right.
Hope
But then
everything's
like
well."
But then after the shootout last night, Bruce turns around and he looks at him. He like waves at them, does like one of these, and then
Mm.
leaves.
Hey, he earned it with the win.
Yeah,
You got to give it to him.
yeah. I just thought that was funny. Like he turns
Definitely.
around and gives it back to him.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to take your lumps when they happen, right? Can't be too
Yeah.
upset about it. But yeah, it's been a good season for the Bruins. I think we're going to continue to see a lot of good play. Anything else you want to mention about this team before we get on out of here for today's episode?
I think I'm all set. Even though we lost last night, Jesus, it's only our fourth loss of the year, and
Yeah.
it wasn't even in regulation. You really cannot complain about where this team is at.
Mm,
Um, any team's gonna lose games.
yeah, exactly. And it's refreshing. As everyone knows who watches the channel, I'm a Dolphins fan, Bruins fan. It's nice to not feel like the world is ending when the Bruins lose, whereas everyone who's a Dolphins fan apparently thinks the world's ending after one loss for the Dolphins. So it's refreshing to have this kind of attitude out of you, Chris. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm glad I could brighten up your day, bro.
Thank you. All right, Chris, where can they find you online?
You can get me on Twitter, Chris_Uminski, and I'm also on TikTok. That is just @Disney.
Yes, go follow him there. You can follow me on Twitter at the Fake BMR. This BMA. Our channels on Twitter at Wicked Sport and WG Everything. Instagram Wicked Everything. Twitch is twitch.tv/Wicked Everything. And on TikTok, search Wicked Sports. Search Wicked Everything. And of course, we have our blog, wickedeverythingsports.com. Check that out. Chris, thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you.
We'll see you all in the next one.